This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we've got a double dose of ranked battles for you tonight in Battle Axe. And I've got some things I need to get off my chest. So, hope you guys are ready. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below as well what you guys thought of this season's ranked battles, where you ended up, and let me know just your overall feeling during this ranked battles. Even though I'm fairly confident, I know exactly what I'm going to hear from you guys. So, without further ado, let's let Battle Axe be Battle Axe in ranked battles, and we are going to get down to business. So, the goods about ranked battles, the things that we love about ranked battles. 7v7, tier 10 is so nice. I love it. I personally love 7v7. Some people don't like it. That's understandable. Not everybody's going to like everything. That's the beauty of the world. Like, you're not always going to like everything. And I just want to say that right now, because there are things that I love that you guys do not love. There are things that I hate that you guys do love. So, with that being said, shot out! Ow! 1,500 damage, ammo racking to 268. That was a pad. He's lucky to be alive, let's be real. This tank is very capable of deleting him flat out without ammo rack killing him. But anyway, so let's get down to the fun side. I love the fact that it's a 7v7. Makes you feel like you're more of an impact on the game. One person can completely dominate a game for their team. Some guys that come to mind, Asmodeus. Ran into him several times. When he was on my team, our team steamrolled. Because, I mean, when you have me, Asmodeus, and a few other people that, you know, I ran into, Eyes Wide Shut and some of these other guys, very, very good players. And so when you run into these guys and they're on your team, it's absolutely fantastic. Crucial Crossout, we ran into him during the night, you know. All kinds of good players out there, great players actually, you know. I've never considered myself to be a great player, okay? This is an example of why I'm not. Just auto-locking a guy and hitting him on the move and taking him down from full health. So that's definitely something we've got to watch. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Most of the time that's going to low roll. But we had a lot of fun running into people, tanking with them or against them, because I'll tell you what, it's really interesting when you know you're against a very, very good tanker. Just the attitude change on your team when they know that the guy against them could potentially single-handedly take out the entire lobby. So there is those things, and the thing that I like about it the most is being able to kind of calm everybody down, get everybody together, and overcoming the odds even though you know they're stacked against you. That makes for so much fun. Things that you wouldn't normally have in a 15v15. That being said, here are the bads. The things that drove everyone, and not just myself, almost everybody I ran into. The same guys that I just mentioned. Great tankers, and here's another auto. Oh my lord. It wasn't an auto lock, but there's no way that shot should have ever hit, let alone pinned and killed that Super Conqueror, but, you know, RNG. Sometimes you take a shot just to see if you can hit it, because you never know, and that's a reason why. But yeah, so here are some of the things that we ran into against ranked battles this time. First of all, without any warning whatsoever, they changed the leagues to needing, what, 9-10 wins to advance? And that's almost consecutively, because if you lose a match and you're not the best player on your team, which does occasionally happen, you drop back. Okay, so you need 9 wins to get through a tier? That's ridiculous. And I'll explain. I got from Iron League all the way up to Senior Master League pretty easily. I didn't have any real trouble. But once I got to Senior Master League, I spent probably 6 or 7 hours of the most monotonous, annoying, obnoxious, any other word that's not good, grinding I have ever done in World of Tanks. It was not fun. It was monotonous. It was just absolutely like pulling teeth. At one point, I was ready to just stop playing because I didn't think I was ever going to get out of that tier. And it's not because, you know, I was playing particularly bad, but And this is going to come as a shock to you guys that play World of Tanks a lot, but not everybody who's playing ranked is actually playing to win the match. And that can be absolutely devastating when half of your team, which is only 3 people, you know, you get 7 people. So when half of your team decides, I don't really care about winning, I'm just going to drive across the map and die 20 seconds into the match. That's hard to overcome. I had multiple matches where I would put up 5,000–6,000 damage and lose. I also had multiple matches where I was the guy that thought, okay, I'll just try to do this thing right here and then get deleted. So I know it's not always that you're trying to die, but it feels like that. It feels like everybody is playing against you sometimes when you're trying to move up. You try to talk to them in the game chat. It's like, guys, look, stick together, work together, don't do anything stupid. You try to do that sort of thing, and what ends up happening is you get overwhelmed eventually. Like you've been beaten down so many times, just one game away from ranking up, and then you just get punished 5–6 game losing streaks, and then you have to do it all over again. And then you get really close, and the same thing happens. It's so incredibly annoying. So, yeah, just this ranked season has been by far the most obnoxious struggle I have ever had, and I did not thoroughly enjoy for the first time. Also, I want to point out that, you know, when you do that, when you add that many games to rank up, you have to take into consideration, not all of us has the amount of time required to get through all of that. It just isn't a thing. Some of the time, some of us only get to play one day of the weekend on tanks, and we try to get through it in, you know, 4 to 6 hours. Usually you can get through it. And that's still a huge investment in trying to get through a ranked battles thing just so you can get a little bit of silver. 5 million silver, a couple days premium, you know, the little goodies. But, you know, this time, you would have had to play pretty much all weekend and then just still had to hope that you were able to rank up. Now, I was able to get out of Senior Master League and got to Chief Master League because of the overtime hour. They had an extra hour in the ranked battles this time, and that allowed me to move on. I finally was able to get out of Senior Master League, but I was stuck in Chief Master League because I ran out of time. So it just wasn't fun. So some of the things that I think that we could do to improve ranked battles in the future: A, reduce the amount of games. Okay, if 9 or 10 wins is too much, maybe do 7 wins to move up. Something in between, because I think before it was like 5, and now they like doubled it. So just keep that in mind, Wargaming. We love the game. We will continue to play the game, but you got to help us out a little bit. Now, the other thing I think we could do is for being the best player on your winning team. Now, because you guys have added so many extra wins to get through a tier, I think you should bring out the bonus. 1 point for being the best player on your winning team, so you get an extra point. That would be huge in a season like this. You know, that could be the difference between ranking up or getting backslid because you run into a bad player. Now, we set this guy on fire, and unfortunately, he is carrying a fire extinguisher like any good British tank should have, with the engine in the front. But we are going to have to pull something out here in the back. So I think with just reducing it to maybe 7, 8 wins max, and then having the extra point for guys who are the best on their team, even if they are winning, because let's be honest, it's about skill, right? It's supposed to be ranked battles. It's supposed to be a status symbol. You know, best players are supposed to be rewarded for being the best player. So I think that would have helped overall, because the overwhelming sound that I heard throughout this ranked battle season, and not just from me, but from everybody I ran into pretty much, is that this was just a monotonous grind of just getting our butts kicked over and over again, with the slight hope that we might be able to move on, only to be dashed out and have to start all over again. So,
Enemies got us in their sight.
that is my rant. Hopefully you guys enjoyed enjoyed the little bit of battle axe we've got going on. We've got a 2v1 here against an E4 that's full health, and both of us are one-shot kills. So we've got to make sure we can try to pull this out. Now, the stage 2 that's with me is a little nervous, and he sent me a message afterwards saying he was nervous, which is why he was kind of, you know, inactive, but at the same time active. Now, this guy immediately turns around to roll this stage 2 to get him off the board because he knows he can one-shot him. So the stage 2 throws it in reverse, getting out of there as best he can. He's trying to side scrape, but he forgets. We're using high explosive rounds. We don't have to get a pinning shot to do damage to you. And there we take almost half of his health just by shooting the side of his tank. Now, he's not able to hit either of us because we're using the building to protect us while I reload. And what it's going to come down to is one of us is going to have to make the sacrifice play. And right here, I make the decision it's going to be me. Now, I'm almost loaded. Am I going to get the shot off? I try to take him down. Unfortunately, I fall short. Now, I tell this guy, come around the corner and put him down. He kills me, but luckily the stage 2 does roll around and kill him, securing the win and pulling it out from being almost certain loss. So, yeah, let me know what you guys felt about the ranked battles. Let me know where you guys ended up in the comments below, and what you guys would do to improve the next season. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.